have a story of the Treaty of Bastia, and our reader will be Miss Marcia Jeffers. Miss Jeffers, how are you this morning?
I am ready to go. I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
You have, not too bad. You have okay. 1 to 2 Okay? So go right ahead into your story.
Good morning, boys and girls. Okay, we don't need to shout. I can hear you very well. And I'm Miss Marcia Jeffers. I'm the dance specialist at the Department of Culture. And I'm here today to share with you a little story about our history and who we are as a people. Now, when you came, those of you who were early, we received a bag just like this, a Ziploc bag, did we? Can you show me? Yes, that bag is going to help us to learn our story today. Remember, for storytelling, you have to be very, very quiet because you're supposed to be listening, Amir. And if you do not listen, you will not learn. Learning has to do with listening. So if you came here to learn, you have to listen. You have to listen. Right. And I know we have your good mommies and daddies who would have taught you when somebody is speaking, you are to be quiet. So today, our story is about the Treaty of Bastia. At the end of my presentation, those persons or the person who has the most candies in their bag is going to win the grand prize. Now I brought some snacks because I know your children and I like to share. So those of you who love to listen will answer the questions, and who has the most snacks at the end of my presentation will get the grand prize. Okay? Now, the Treaty of Bastille. In your snack bag, you have a treat, a sweet. Normally, when it's Halloween and you're playing trick or treat, this is a treat you get in a bag. But the treaty is something quite different. Now, a treaty is an official agreement. It's when 2 or more persons come together to agree on a matter, on an issue, or something that they are fighting for or they're thinking about. Like if you have a friend and you have a disagreement, or there's some things that you want to agree on, teacher give you a group work, you want to make sure that you agree on it. So you have an agreement, but a treaty is something official that nations do. Nations and countries, they sign a treaty for various reasons. Now, the Treaty of Bastille. What do you know about Bastille? Yes, Xavier? It's a town. And when you answer, when you put your hand up to answer, you can take a candy from my lovely basket. Anybody love candies? Yes. Yes, to make up your bag. So he said Bastille is a town. Thank you very much. You can take one. What else you know about Bastille? Yes, Malia? It's the capital of St. Kitts. Thank you, Malia. Yes, so we're going to find out why was this treaty signed, the Treaty of Bastia. Now, there are a few words that I want us to focus on, but before we get to those words, the treaty was signed for 3 reasons. 1, to cut costs. When something costs a lot of money, then we say, colloquially, we are cutting costs. Not that, as in the image, you're going to cut up your monies, but you're trying to make it better. You're trying to make it cost less. That's what cutting costs mean. It's also to help failing countries. Now, some of our little islands, they're not big like America and Europe and Canada and England. And so because we're a small island, we have to depend on each other. And sometimes we don't have any help. So forming signing an official agreement would help us to help the countries not fail anymore. And the last thing is to stop depending on Britain. Now, you are little children. Now, when you get a little older, do you think you'll still be living with your parents?
No.
Like when you're 30 and 40 and 50?
No.
No, because you want to be on your own and have your own home and your own family and making your own monies and spending. Say, Mommy, play for $5. You don't have to ask your mother for anything. And so Britain, long ago, was like a parent for St. Kitts and Nevis and a lot of smaller islands. And so we want to stop depending on Britain. And those are the reasons why they decided to sign the treaty. Who said that? Yes, Xavier, you can have your candy. So we are going to do a word bank. And I want you now to go to your bags. Each of you have a paper in your bag. Only 2 of them are blank. So that's a funny thing. Now, some of you have a letter. Our first word, if you have word number 1. Now, I know children are very competitive, so we're going to play a little hangman, okay? We're going to do a little game. So we're going to do this side against this side. So we have 2 different sides, right? And our first word, who has word number 1? Right, you alone? What does yours say? Word number 1. What does yours say? Destiny. What does it say on word number 1? I'm giving you some letters. Word number 1, which letter am I giving you in word number 1? Letter number 2, what is letter 2? Destiny? What's the letter on your paper? The second letter, sorry love, the second letter on word number is, so we give you a letter N. Okay? Anybody else have word number 1? Yes? Letter number 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Letter number 4. What letter is this? F. Good. So we're starting. The black is for this team. The blue is for this team. Who knows how to play hangman? Yes, and that will get us our first word. So we're going to start with the black team. You have to call a letter to fill this out. Hands. If you don't have any hands, we're moving on. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. You just call anyone. Yes? Angelique. A. A. Angelique says A. There is an A right here. Good job. Any clap for Angelique? And she gets to take a candy. Good. This one. Destiny. N. We have another N. Give Destiny a clap. We have another N. Let's move very quickly. Woo, nobody's getting on the board. And that's good. Let's go over here. Somebody else. Over here, a letter. Quickly. Yes? W. She said W. Let's get a big fat. That's a W for you. Yes, Malia? D. Let's get a D right here. Over here. Janaya. B. Janaya says B. We're forming different letters. Can I get Zion? Zion? We have an F already. So he get a mark for that, isn't it? Because you call a letter that is there. All right. Come on. Very easy. Let's get a letter from you, Khalil. E. Sweetheart, there's no E. I'm very sorry. That's an E for you. Let's get Shira. Or Shaira. Shaira. S. There is no S in this word. Wow. Y'all follow. Y'all have it. If you're going to shout, we're not shouting. We're not shouting. Over here. I. We have 1 eye. We have 2 eyes. We have 3 eyes. Give her a clap, please. Come for your candy. So you get 3 candies for 3 eyes. Yes, pass the basket, Malia. Thank you. Let's get over here quickly. Can you guess the word? Information. Information. No. So you get information. Over here. Angelique. Out like Run. R. You want to run? Let's give you a foot to run. Angelique wants to run, so we give her a leg. Over here. O. Malia says O. Malia gets an O. All right. Woo, we're going good. Janelle? T. Very good. We have a T. Destiny? F. There's one F there, no more Fs. So you get a nice little leg. Yes? D as in dog and dumpling. No, there's no D's. Yes? M. No, there's no M. Oh boy, somebody's gonna. Let's go, Angelique. 2 more letters. A U, very good. We have a U right here. Good, Angelique, give her a clap, take a candy. Remember to take your candies. I'm not keeping track of that. You want to guess the word? Malia? Unification. Good. 2 candies for Malia. Unification, and this team has won. All right. Very good, very good, very good. Everybody say unification. Now, if you look on our screen, we're going to learn. In 19, the definition. Unification means the act or the process or result of joining together. Just like a man and a woman get married, that's a unification. They join together in matrimony, so they unite. If you agree on something, remember the treaty is about an agreement. So there must be a unification, something coming together. Now, in 1914 to 1918, that's a period in our history that the Caribbean islands were displeased. What it means to be displeased? Who can give me a synonym for the word displeased? If you are displeased about something, if you are displeased about something, what does that mean? What do you think displeased mean? Not happy. Thank you, Malia, that you're not happy. So the Caribbean islands were displeased. They were not very happy with how things were going, and they needed to have a voice to make in the laws to decide, hey, I want a bridge in St. Kitts, or I want St. Kitts to be the best Caribbean island. Whatever laws that they wanted, they couldn't, because they had to answer to their parent, who was Britain and England. And so they decided most of the islands form small groups for a better recognition, to be recognized better. They formed little groups. Each island had a little group, but it was still missing, and Britain got upset, and so they sent officers to the small islands to spy. Now, who is a spy? Xavier? To be in this disguise. That's a big word. Very good. Take a candy. So you go to a different place to find out information, but you have to be disguised. Very good. So Britain sent some officers to all the little islands and said, I wonder what they're up to. I wonder what they are doing. But the little islands, they didn't really mind, because of the small groups that they had formed. They wanted to have a voice. Which brings us to our second word. So we go back to our hangman. No. The first word was unification. Good. So we move this out of the way and we go again. So this word has, check your paper, check your paper. This is word number 2. This is word number 2. Check your paper. Who has word number 2? I'm giving you a vowel in word number 2. Yes? The 7th letter. Okay. The 7th letter. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who has word number 2? Who else has word number 2? Check your papers. Check your papers if you have word number 2. You have word number 2? Yes? Letter 2, it's also an E. I'm giving you a vowel, so it's the same letter throughout. Who else has word number 2? Check your paper. Check your paper, Isabella. Let me see what he has. Open it. It says number 2. Letter number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's also an E. So we have a lot of E's in this word. Be careful. Do we have any more? I believe there's one more. Yes, Amir? What number? No. What number is on your paper? We're looking at the paper now. No, we're not at number 3 yet. We're at word number 2. Let's see what you have. All right, Isabella has a 14th letter. Here you go, Isabella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to help me count? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this word has 14 letters. Now, I said a while ago that the small islands needed a voice. They needed somebody to be something for them. So, let's get the letters going. You have to guess the letters now. Let's start with over here, Xavier. A. The A comes. Let me just make sure I have it right. The A comes here. Good job, Xavier gets a clap and he gets a candy. Yes? Over here, underneath. S, there's one S. There is one S. Very good. Underneath gets a clap. Underneath gets a clap. Underneath gets a candy. Amir, hand is up. What's your letter? Quickly. Okay, let's come back to you, Zion. Like Z as in Zion. Make up your mind. One letter. A Y. There's no Y's in this word. Unfortunately, you get ahead. Okay, this side, Janaya. O. There's no O. We're trying to match each other. We go back over here. Shaiwa. Letter I, like a vowel. There is one I. Very good. Underneath. She just said, oh, what did I say about learning? You have to listen. Underneath is not listening. Malia. D as in dumpling you put in your soup. Malia, there are no D's. Let's go over here. Let's get Kyla. U, no, there's no U. That's for you, Kyla. That's for you. Xavier. H as in hop. There's no H. Come on, there's so many other letters. S. We have an S already, darling. So you have to listen. So that's an S for you. Yes, Xavier. P. We have a P. That's a smart letter. We have a P right there. Good job. Give Xavier a clap. Come on. Encourage him and he gets a candy. Over here, let's hear from you. Tell me a letter that you think is in this word. B as in Batman. There's no Batmans on this today, so you have to get a B. Over here, who I haven't heard from, let's take you. Shatiana. U. Q as in quick. No, we don't have any Q. Look at the word. What do you think it is? Remember I said the Caribbean islands, they needed somebody to them, to stand for them, to speak for them, to... I'm giving you cues. Whose side it is? Over here? Yes. What's your name? Khalil. Let's hear Khalil. Khalil, what letter do you see missing from here? M, like Marcia, marvelous Marcia. M, no, I'm marvelous, but we don't have any M. I'm very sorry. Yes, Amir, it's your turn. Ah, how you know that? A, ow. I give you a big ow. I give you another ow. Amir gets 2 candies and a big round of applause for his hour. We're getting closer now. Look at the word. Look at the word. Over here. Isabella, you want to guess a letter? No? Tell me a letter. Come on, Jenny. Come, Janaya. Look at the word. What can this mean? Now, when you get a word in school and you don't know the word, teacher, that's a big word. What do? You break it down in syllables. So let's go. Break this down for me. Okay. So you know it's a word that says something. Missing letters. Oh, don't shout it out. Xavier. T. We have a T. Yes, we have a T. Right there is a T. Good, we're going good. Janaya, wait, Malia, wait, not your turn. Janaya, you want to guess the word? Let's hear if Malia can get, if Janaya can guess the word. She said represent. That's not the word. If I go over here and they don't get it, I'm going to give it to you, okay? So we can move on. You want to try and guess the word? V. Okay, we have a V. You are going to guess the word? Representative. Very good. Representative. I miss a T. I miss a T. Yes, you can take a candy. Every time you answer, you take a candy. Very good. Children love candies. Everybody call the word for me. Representative. Call the word for me. Representative. Can you clap the syllables? Representative. And then you have to sit down. All right. Now, representative means, who knows what representative means? Remember I said the small Caribbean islands were needing a voice to represent them. What does that mean? Malia? To have somebody to go up and say something, like I come up here and say a poem? What do you mean?
To stand up for them.
To stand up for them? What does representative mean? What does what do you mean to rep? When you're in sports and you say I'm gonna rep and you put on your blue shirt and your green shirt. You're in greenhouse. I love greenhouse. Yes, man. You're in greenhouse? Yes, man, green giants, and you're repping your house, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does it mean to rep your house?
To show spirit.
To back them, to show spirit. When you answer, take a candy. Wait, don't shout, don't stand either. What does it mean to represent your house? Swallowing. What does it mean to represent your house? When you represent your house, Janaya, what do you do? Okay, here we go. Sorry? You try and run fast for them. Very good. Listen up. The next point on our screen, a representative is a person or a group chosen to speak for others. A person or a group, who's listening? Chosen to speak for others. A representative is a person or a group chosen to speak for others. No, in 1932, what year did I say?
1932.
In 1932, there was a meeting. Remember we said unification is coming together? Now the islands, the Caribbean islands decided to meet. The first attempt to unify was held in Dominica. Do you know where Dominica is?
Yes.
Have you ever been to Dominica?
No.
No? What can you tell me about Dominica? You think you went to Dominica when you was a baby? What can you tell me about Dominica? They have a lot of rivers. Very good, Xavier, take a candy. Now, there were 2 gentlemen from St. Kitts that went to Dominica for that meeting. Thomas Manchester, what was his name?
Thomas Manchester.
What was his name?
Thomas Manchester.
Now, remember the names because I'm going to ask you questions afterwards. And Mr. W.H. Seaton. What's the other name? W.H. Seaton. They represented St. Kitts. What does represent mean? To do what? To speak for others. Good. So they went to Dominica and they said, listen, this is what St. Kitts decides to do. Yes, they represented us. That's good. And there were buses for St. Kitts when they went to Dominica. So what were the name of the two men who represented St. Kitts? Manchester and W.H. Seaton. No, in Dominica at the time, what year we working with? 1932. Yes. The sugar factory, remember St. Kitts used to go sugar cane in it? Yes. The sugar factory, the workers got upset because nobody was representing them and said, you know what? I ain't working no more. I fling down me her and I stop cut the cane and I'm going to riot. And so they wanted more money because they get a little bit of money and so they're rioting St. Kitts. Yes, and to look after their families and feed their children. And so the sugar workers, they strike. Now what strike is, you're not working anymore. And they start to fight because the persons who are in charge of the plantation, they didn't want to give them any more money. And so while Mr. Manchester and Mr. Seaton was in Dominica trying to represent St. Kitts, the sugar workers were representing themselves. They stood up for themselves. And that became the new focus. So the meeting in Dominica, it kind of got off to a rocky start because the other islands, the sugar workers started fighting too and they stopped working. So all the islands, they lose focus. So they're not focusing on being unified anymore. They're focusing on their money. And the sugar industry, it was failing. And also in 1932, there was a Second World War. And this caused the plans for the treaty to go on pause. Hold up, wait a minute, no more talk of the treaty. Because the bigger focus was the sugar industry and the World War. Now when you have a World War, some persons in the military have to travel to go and fight for the country. So they had a different agenda, they had a different plan. Their mindset wasn't focused on the treaty anymore. But we want to get back to the treaty because the treaty, why was the treaty important?
Because it was an agreement.
It was to be an agreement among all the other islands. So we couldn't have the islands them doing their own thing because everybody had to agree. So it brings us now to another word. Look on your paper, word number 3. Look on your paper. Who has word number 3? Word number 3. Tell me what letters you're going to get. Word number 3 has how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get the word. Let's go. The first letter in word number 3. So when you get the first letter, you know it's kind of easy, right? The first letter is a C. C for candies that you're getting when you answer. C for Christmas. And Christmas is coming very fast. Good. Who else have number 3? Amir? What do you have? Amir. The 9th letter in word number 3. Oh, both of them is the same thing. Okay. So we have 2 C's. So the no more C's in this word you cannot call a C. Okay? All right. So who started the guessing was over there the first time. Let's get the guessing coming here. Angelique. A for apple. Angelique say A. A for head, yes. O. Okay. You peep in my papers, baby? Don't peep on my paper. O. Yes, we're going good. We're going good. Janelle. E. Three E's. Make sure you take your candies. You know, 3 candies for Janelle. Make sure you're taking your candies. Remember, at the end of the day, who have the most? Who have the most candies? You have to get prize. Good. Let's go. Put them in your bag. That's why you have a bag. You don't have a bag. Okay. Here you go, baby. Shaira. That's okay. She will hold them. I don't have any more. Yes? We don't have any I. I'm sorry. Back to over here. Kyla, call a letter. Come on, any letter you can guess. No more C's, no more E's, no I's. Quickly. D. No, we don't have any D in this one. Destiny. N. Like. Like your nose. Yes, I'm here. This is so easy. Who wants to guess the word? S? There's no S's, darling. No S's, no S's. Over here? Zian. F? F? You sure? You don't want to say F. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. There's one F. 1, 2, 3. F. You're not your turn. Confidence. No, you said that very confidently. I have to give you a candy. But it's not confidence. So you can take a candy, but it's not confidence. Over here. Conference. Give Xavier a big clap. Conference. Good. Oh, see, your idea, your confidence. All right. Everybody call our word. Conference. Say conference. Say conference. Have you heard this word before?
Yes.
What do you think it means? Or when you heard it, what was it about? Xavier. A meeting. Malia. Meeting people.
Talking about certain things.
And talking about certain things. Yes, Zian? What do you think conference means? The word conference. I can't hear you. You have to speak a little louder. Speaking for yourself. If you have a conference, but the conference have speaking in it, and then the individuals will speak for themselves. But this is a meeting. It's a general meeting. Have you ever attended a conference?
Yes.
Really?
No.
Malia, you want to share with us what conference you attended and why? Come on. A church conference. What was it about?
It was about the church bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about what stuff we wanted to
You have a conference to decide what you want to eat?
eat. No, and other things. I forgot what it was.
Good, but Malia is correct because churches can have conferences, and in the Methodist circle they call it a synod, right? Where they have a yes, Malia. All the young people get together, or all the ladies get together, or all the men get together. You have a male conference, or you have a female conference, and they have a meeting. Now, a conference is a gathering of people with common interests for a discussion. So you are correct. You're having a discussion. It's just like everybody on this mat, we're going to have a conference. But you have to be talking about the same thing. And then everybody on that mat can have a conference, and you're talking about the same thing. It can be different to over here because you have different conferences. So, in 1946, where we at now? 1946. What was the date before? The first date? For the unification? 1918. And the second date was?
1932.
Good. So we have the third date now, 1946. You with me?
Yes.
In 1946, a regional conference. What did I say? Malia? A regional. What does regional mean? What do you think regional means? Have you ever heard the word regional? What do you think regional means, Malia?
The island is the region of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The region of St. Kitts and Nevis? Xavier, you want to help her?
Region of the world.
Okay, the word is different countries, so that's a section or a region, a part of the world. Now, what region is St. Kitts in? What do we call the region that St. Kitts is in? The Caribbean, yes. A big snack for you. Take a big snack. One of these big snacks here. Take one of those big snacks. Good. The Caribbean is the region that St. Kitts is in. Now, there was a regional conference held in Montego Bay, that's in Jamaica. So the first meeting for unification was held in Dominica, and the second meeting, the conference now, was held in Jamaica. So you see all the Caribbean islands, so the people had to travel. So who were the two men who represented St. Kitts? Thomas, Manchester, and W.H. Seaton. They would have traveled to Jamaica. So they went to Dominica and then they went to Jamaica. Anybody ever go to Jamaica? No. Jamaica is a beautiful place. I went to Jamaica for 4 years. I went to study dance. It's a fabulous place. When you get a chance, tell mommy I want to go to Jamaica. Now, the plans for the treaty, they really decided in Jamaica we're going to create a central government. Now, all of the islands, remember, they represented themselves, but they wanted a central government so that they have a better representation. And so that meeting had a discussion. Remember, they said common, Amir. So everybody had to agree to the same thing. Now that when St. Kitts said, we're going to have some persons coming from other islands and then to our country, and then Antigua gonna say, I don't think I want a body from St. Kitts over here. That's a disagreement. So the conference, the discussion that they had to include everybody. The Caribbean leaders, they really wanted to unite. Remember our word, unification, and they wanted a better representative, so that when Britain come and say, hey, all your small island people down there, all you can decide that, then they say, yes, we can, because all of them got together and they decided in the conference that that is what they're going to do. So that happened in 1946. And where did it happen? In Jamaica. Now we have one more word. The last word. Get ready, get ready, get ready. The last word, the last word, the last word. Word number 4. Who has word number 4? Who has word number 4? You alone? What does yours say? The third letter in word number 4. This is an easy one, I promise. It's a word that you know and you hear all the time, right, Amir? And you've been calling this letter all the time. What letter is this? D. D. Good. So start the guessing, Amir. What's your first letter for this word? D. Yes, Amir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 letters. Amir, call a letter. A. Amir gets an A. A for Amir. Good job. Give him a clap. Get a candy. Let's get Jadiel. What's your letter? B, as in butterfly. There are no B's in this one. I'm very sorry. But you get ahead. Xavier. E. There are 2 E's in this word. One there and one there. Back over here, take your candies. Janelle. I. We have an I. We have one I. Very good. Let's get Destiny. I haven't heard you for a while. Give me a letter for here. Careful. S. We don't have any S's, baby. Look at the word. Look, you have to look at the word and don't just guess a letter out of the thing here. Over here, underneath your side. You guess a letter for me, Khalil. Guess a letter for here. Look at the word. What letter do you think is missing? U? U as in umbrella. We don't have a U, not in this word. Let's get Shatiana. What's your letter? T. Very good. There's a T. There is a T for Shatiana. Yes. Angelique. O. We have an O. We have an O. We have an O. We have it. There. I haven't heard you for the morning. Wait. Give him a chance. Shh. Call a letter. N. Very good. Can anybody guess the word over here? Kyla, you want to call a letter? C. Kyla says C. I'm going to give you a smile. It's an upside down C. We don't have any C in this one. 2 missing letters. Who can guess the word? Zian. Letter O, you're guessing the word. Shh, Amir. Remember, we have to listen to learn and respect each other. Okay, let's go, Malia. It's federation. Good. Give Malia a clap. And Malia gets to take a big snack. Yes. Federation. Everybody say federation. Federation. Can you clap the syllables? Federation. Can you spell federation? F-E-D-E-R-A-T-I-O-N. Good job. Okay, I'm here. Right, and so a federation. What do you know about federation? I know you heard the word before.
It's like
Destiny?
yeah,
A community. Zian? What's a federation? What do you think it means? Community parish. There was that somewhat similar but not quite. Federation. Who is a federation? What is a federation? Janaya? Saying it's a Nevis? It's a federation, yes. Do you know of any more federations?
yes.
May I take your candy? Xavier. Antigua and Barbuda. Yes, that's a federation. Do you know any more?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Malia. Dominica is a federation? No, Malia. Okay, now a federation is a group of states with a central government but still having individual control. Now remember I said earlier that this mat had a conference and this mat, just like how you're playing Hangman on teams, and then even though you are a group together, you still have your own control over your island. That's what federation is. Think about it, Amir. In St. Kitts and Nevis, there are monies that go together to say this is the national budget, this is the national anthem, this is the national flag. We have things that we do together as a federation. But there are things, Amir, that St. Kitts does by itself, and there are things that Nevis does by itself. Just like in Antigua. Antigua does certain things, Barbuda does certain things, and they do things as a federation. Now, here's the next date. In 1958, 11 countries, how many I said? 11. Good. 11 countries came together to settle their regional issues. Because they had a lot of issues with Britain and a lot of things going on in the country. And so they came together and decided, hey, this is what we're going to do as a federation. And so they formed this little group. They had little money, a little bit of money. Remember, they weren't paying the sugar workers any little money, and they vexed and they stopped work. And so they had a weak representation. So they're talking, but Britain ain't studying them because, only a little bit of oil, and then y'all are just small islands, so we ain't bothering with y'all. We're not taking y'all on. But there were 2 men, and they call them small islands. Hear the name, Grantley Adams. Grantley Adams, he's from Barbados, was from Barbados, and Robert Bradshaw. Where was Robert Bradshaw from? Right, and they put them in charge. Remember, the first meeting we had 2 different men in charge to represent, and now that the Caribbean Islands came together, we had 2 different persons to represent. So we had one from Barbados. What was his name? Grantley Adams. And the one from St. Kitts name who? Robert Bradshaw. What else can you tell me about Robert Bradshaw? Destiny, don't shout. Destiny. He is a national hero. He is our first national hero. Very good. Take a big snack. Our first national. Yes, man. Give Destiny a clap. Our first national hero. Now, like any other thing, when some persons, Amir, try to get together, Some people drop out because they were not in agreement. It's like all of us decide we're going to play hangman, and he said, I want to play the hangman. I want to play tic-tac-toe. Or I want to play duck-duck-goose. So they were not in agreement, and so they dropped out of the federation. And in 1962, the federation had to end. Imagine that. So they didn't really last a long time. So they started up hot. And they were good. They were excited and fiery. And they wanted to sign the treaty. But then some islands decided, not me and I, buddy. I ain't going to that desert, sir. I am not with you. Now, we're going to play another game because I'm talking about islands. And we haven't mentioned who were the islands who actually were in this agreement. Now we had, wait, hold up. There's a group formed in 1958 called the West Indies Federation. The West Indies Federation, and that's a lovely picture of them. They were all men. I don't know why no women is there. Poor representation of the female gender. And that was the flag. So we had the West Indies Federation. Can you say it?
West Indies Federation.
And it was formed in 1958. Good. The West Indies Federation. So these guys got together and they decided, I am going to discuss matters so we can get this treaty signed, because we don't want to be depending on Britain. And Amir, what did you say about listening? We don't want to depend on Britain. Okay. So, who were the participating countries? Now, I'm going to do something very simple, and I know you know them. So, you're going to guess the countries that were part of the treaty. So, put on your thinking caps. I want to see put on your thinking caps. 10 seconds, put on your thinking cap. You ain't put on your cap yet?
I put on mine.
So we're going to name the flag. Okay? When I put the flag up, you have to be paying attention.
Okay.
When I put the flag up, you have to raise your hand. Take down your hand. No flag there yet, Malia, you swift. When I put the flag up, no, your social studies teachers, they are home looking at you. So if you're getting wrong, when you go back to school, you're gonna be in problems.
They know a lot of flags.
You don't know a lot of flags?
Yes. I know a lot of flags.
You know a lot of football flags? In it. Be honest. What flags do you know? Don't tell me. We're going to find out just now. Technology. Okay, so remember I said the Federation, or the West Indies Federation, they had how many countries?
11.
Good. I want you to remember that number. 11 countries. And we're talking about the United States or Canada or England or Australia. The West Indies. So what region are we talking about? Begin with a C?
Caribbean.
The Caribbean. Good. So you know we're not looking for a flag from England. And cricket is in the air. How many of you been to the cricket match? Not yet. But so many schools went to the park. No? Where we have cricket all next week. Okay, stop. No. See, so this is I give this to you. This is our first flag. What flag is this? Antigua. No, it's on the screen. Antigua and Barbados. So I give that to you. That is the first flag. One click at a time, please. One click, and we get our other flags. So what colors are there? Good, don't forget it. So Antigua was one of the 11 countries. Let's see what the other country looks like. The other country flag. Don't quote it. Everybody needs to see. Take down your hand, Malia. So we know we had 11 countries. Antigua was one. Now Antigua and Barbuda is a federation, so they are counted as one. Okay? They are counted as one. This is not happening. You're clicking too fast. Okay. So Barbados. Malia gets Barbados. One click. Yes, you get one of those candies. Yes, Barbados. So we have Antigua And we have Barbados. Wait for the other flag. Wait for the other flag. Where's the thinking cap should be on? What color is in that bed? Dominica, this is not happening. Yeah, because they're supposed to come up one by one. Okay, technology is failing us because the name is supposed to come up after the flag. But this is Dominica. Okay, take your snack, take your candy for Dominica. Good. One. Dominica, let me see your bags. I think we need to find something to block this out so that when the flag comes up, they don't sit in it. Yeah, I really do. Huh? Okay, let's go again. Let's go again. Let's go again.
Teacher Marcia, why don't you just use your legs, like go in front with the words and go.
Grenada. Malia, you get all? Malia, you're not allowed to guess anymore. You said Grenada too? Okay, take one. Take a candy. Take a candy. Dominica was the one before. Now, look at the flag. What colors? What's the difference between Grenada and Dominica's flag?
They have fire. One has fire at the...
Fire?
I didn't say Dominica.
That's not fire. Hold on. Wait a minute. Amir, Zian, have a seat. Thank you. Now, Grenada has a spice. That's not fire. It looks like fire, but it's a spice. It's called a spice island. And so it has that spice. Dominica has a bird, or is it a parrot in the middle? So there's a difference. So one is an animal and one is actually something for agriculture, spice that you cook with. Look away, and when you turn away, you have to tell me the flag. Look in the opposite direction. Look in the opposite direction. And when I say turn, you turn, and then you're going to guess the flag. You're looking at me. Stop cheating. Look in the opposite direction. And when the flag comes up, I'm going to tell you when to look. And then you have to guess when to look, but not before. Look. Everybody gets a candy. That's Jamaica. Wait. Don't wash. Pass it around like the offering basket. One. Everybody take out one. Jamaica. Remember you're telling, take one candy out of that basket, please. You can take the basket and pass it around. One candy, one thing, one candy. Just take one candy. Thank you. Turn your backs and get ready for the other flag. Did everybody get one? Turn your backs and get ready for the other flag. Turn. Okay, somebody's cheating because your back is not turned. Turn your backs around in order to guess, and you have to wait until I tell you to turn around so that you can guess the next flag. But if you're peeping, I'm going to take your candies away from your turn. This is so fun, Malia. Montserrat. Okay. Turn around. How many islands we reach? How many islands we reach? Y'all not counting. Let's turn around while we wait on the other flag. What was the first flag? Antigua, don't have them. Antigua, what was the second flag? Have a seat. Okay, you don't have to go in order. Antigua, we have Montserrat, we have Dominica, Barbados, Grenada. So we at 5. How many countries? 11. Good. So we at number 5. Turn around. Turn your back. Sorry, not turn around, not yet. That's good, you know the flags. Ish. Amir. Put on your thinking caps. Wait for it. How many have you been to Montserrat, where the volcano is? When I was in high school, there was a girl that came in my class and she was from Montserrat because the volcano had erupted and they really had nowhere to go. And so they had to come to St. Kitts. So I had Montserrat people in my class in high school. That was weird. But it was a little fun because I get to learn about her. Her name was Joanne Edgecombe. And I found that her surname was quite strange. It was unique. It was different. And I'm pretty sure that when you turn, everybody gets a candy. This is not becoming any more fun. Wait. Remember, we're going to pass it around. You don't have to get up. You do not have to get up. Thank you. You're going to take one. Just one. Anyone and pass it around. Quickly. What can you tell me about St. Lucia's flag? Let's look at the flag. What colors in St. Lucia's flag? One. Yellow. And what is the shape? Remember we had a spice? A triangle. Good. But is it one triangle?
No.
We have how many triangles in St. Lucia's flag? How many triangles? 1, 2, 3. I see 3. I see 4. All right. Have a seat. Have a seat. Moving on. Turn around. We're at 8. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. I've never been to St. Lucia. I hear it's a nice place. But I really, really wish that somebody would sponsor me a trip to St. Lucia. Maybe I can find a St. Lucian friend and they can invite me over because we are friends. Remember, we are signing the treaty, the agreement of all the other islands. And if we're signing together, that means we're supposed to be able to go to all these islands and be comfortable. Not that you go, just like Joanne who came from Montserrat and was in my class. We didn't say, girl, just move and go back home. You're not from here. We didn't tell her that. We told her that we are sorry that a volcano erupted and she had to come with us. 10. I heard her. St. Vincent. Take a big snack. Take a big snack for you. Good. All right. Good. Give her a clap now, Kyla. Good job. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's talk about this flag. What colors? It has 3 colors. Blue, yellow, and green. And what shape is that in the middle? A diamond. Good. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's another sort of federation because it's more than one country. Turn your backs. 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 No peeping, no cheating. No peeping, no cheating. Now, when you grow up and you get your nice jobs, you're going to go to St. Vincent and you're going to go to St. Lucia and you're going to go to Montserrat and all the other Caribbean countries and look at your regional brothers and sisters and get to learn more about them. Just as you read about them in school and look for them on the map. Sit down, Amir. Sit down, Amir, on the map that Amir. Amir, your mommy call you. So we're going to go to these islands and visit them, and they are going to become our friends. Turn. Malia first. Take a big snack. Trinidad and Tobago. What do you know about Trinidad and Tobago? What is special about Trinidad and Tobago? Turn around quickly. Turn around and talk to me so we can move on. What do you know about Trinidad and Tobago? What do you know about Trinidad and Tobago? What is famous? What Trinidad and Tobago is famous for?
Music.
What kind of music?
Calypsonian.
And what else? What kind of instrument?
Steel pan.
The steel pan, yes, Janayo. I can't be for Janayo. I should give you a big snack for that. Anything. Big snack for Janayo. Anyone? Anyone today? Okay. Malia, take a big snack. Okay. So, do not turn around. Do not turn around. Do not turn around. Okay. What country was missing though? What country we didn't call? St. Kitts and Nevis, yes. So technology has gone, so we miss the St. Kitts flag. Turn around. Turn back around. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Thank you, Amir. So who dropped out? Let's look at who dropped out. Jamaica. Is that Jamaica's flag? Yeah. On top? Jamaica withdrew. Sit. Keep sitting. Keep sitting. If you look on the screen, then everybody won't see. Jamaica dropped out in 1962 because they figured, oh, You're not getting this thing together. It's taking too long to sign this treaty, and I have to go. I want to be my own person. I'm not in anything with you anymore. And then Trinidad decided the same thing. Said, Jamaica gone, I'm leaving too. Sorry guys, so long, bye-bye. And what do you know? In 1962, what flag is that at the bottom? Barbados decided, Jamaica left, Trinidad left, this thing can't be for real. So I don't want to waste my time anymore. I want to be independent. And so Barbados became independent in 1966. But the other islands, the 8 remaining countries decided, oh well, if you don't want to do it, I'm still going to do it, because we still need to sign this treaty, Amir, and we still need representation. And so they formed another group, the West Indies Associated States, called WISA. Everybody say WISA. WISA. So you see there's now a lady in the group, and she's sitting right next to Robert Bradshaw. Yes, there was a lady in the group. That lady, we're going to learn about her in a few minutes. And WISA was formed in 1966. In the same year those people dropped out, when Barbados got independent, they said, we're still going to go on with it because we really mean that we want to do this thing. Another group they found was the Eastern Caribbean Common Market, ECCM. Call the letters. ECCM. What does it stand for?
Eastern Caribbean Common Market.
In 1968, 2 years later, they decided that, hey, we want to be able to sell things, we want to be able to trade, we want to be able to borrow and lend between each other to make it a little easy. Remember the treaty. The purpose of the treaty was to cut costs. Now, the benefits we mentioned before of WISA and ECCM, which brings us to signing of the treaty. Now, OECS, I know you know this. What do those letters stand for? Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States. Now, it came about in 1981 as the islands got their independence, individual independence from Britain. It was no surprise that they wanted to come together to develop the countries, and so they formulated the OECS. Funny fact, I was born in 1981. So that's my birth year. Am I here? All right. So we now have 7 founding members. See all of the flags? 7 founding members. Tell me the name of the countries of the OECS. Call them out for me. Antigua. No, go in order, please. Antigua and Barbuda. The Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, that's not everybody. St. Lucia and St. Vincent. Good. Here's a question for you. The OECS has 7 founding members, but they have 4 more countries. There are 4 more flags. There are more than 7 flags there. Do you recognize any of those flags? What other country is added? 4 other countries was added to the OECS. Angelique. It's on the next slide, but I want you to guess the flags. Malia? Quickly? No, remember we're getting away from Britain. We're getting away from Britain, so we don't want Britain. Xavier? No. Caribbean islands, come on. Which Caribbean islands are not listed there? Xavier. Anguilla, go, take a big snack. Malia.
Barbuda.
Antigua and Barbuda. Malia, focus. Put back on your thinking cap. Angelique, call another island in the Caribbean. No. She just said Anguilla. You were sleeping? You have to be listening, sweetheart. So we have Anguilla. We have some French countries. French.
British Virgin Islands.
Well, that's not French, but that's one. Yes, that's one of the white flags. Take a snack. British Virgin Islands, what we call BVI. We have two French countries that are kind of close to Montserrat there, but what do you call them? Martinique. And the other one is, take a snack. The other one is, begin with a G. Destiny? G. Begin with a G, not J. Begin with a G. Give me an island, begin with a G. Come on. Not Jamaica, begin with J. Begin with a G, yes? No, Grenada is there already. Begin with a G, Janaya. It's a French country, come on. No, not Guyana. Don't shout, don't shout, don't shout. Kyla? Melia. Guadeloupe, very good. That's another French. Take a snap. That's another. So we had 4 other countries. We're going to finish just now. We had 4 other countries. We call them associated members of the treaty. Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands, call them for me. Guadeloupe and Martinique. Now we're going to wrap up. So really OECS was to bond, form unity between the islands to assist us, and when we have natural disasters, so that when we have a hurricane in Dominica, they can come and ask us for help. How many of you give monies when the teacher say, we have to give $5 for Dominica because the hurricane? You give money so that you can help them. We have some persons here working at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank and in our banks and all around us. They're from Jamaica. They're from different islands because we are one region because of the OECS, one big federation, because we have unified. We are now working together. And so some of the things that we do together are very fun. Now, the home of the OECS is in St. Lucia. And the Prime Minister of Grenada, which is Mr. Keith Mitchell, Dr. Keith Mitchell, who is the Prime Minister of Grenada?
Dr. Keith
Mitchell. He is the chairman of the OECS. So that thing that we formed, he is the chairman of it. Now, the treaty, just to finish off, the treaty was signed. Come on. Now, what do you think a treaty is? We talk about all these countries and signing and keeping a conference and keeping a meeting. How does a treaty actually look? Like a like a contract. I like that word. Come for big snack. Like a contract. What are you gonna say, Malia?
I was gonna say a treaty was an agreement.
It is an agreement. I asked what it looks like. So she got it right, a contract. Now, in signing the treaty, because it's a paper you have to sign, everybody, stop that. Everybody have to sign their name to say, I am Malia Webster. I agree that we are going to come and listen to Miss Marcia Jeffers read this story. All of you have to agree to it. And when you get older, you're going to be asked to sign contracts. Now, the treaty was signed on the 18th of June in 1981. Good. That's my birth year. Not my birthday, my birth year. In 1981. Who can guess where the treaty was signed? In St. Kitts, yes, the treaty was signed in St. Kitts. Okay, some representatives, this picture shows us some representatives from the treaty that was signed. So we have 2 men and a lady involved. 1 lady, but we are happy for the representation. They came from the participating islands. Why do you think the picture's in black and white though?
Because that
was old time days, isn't it? Yeah. Who can recognize this? Who do you see in that picture? Who do you see in that picture? Girl. So, lots of people gathered on Church Street because the treaty was signed in Bastille. Right on Church Street, that Church Street right over the road. Lots and lots of people gathered because they want to witness this signing. It was a big thing, a big thing. So they had the media, and you see the army people, them there, the soldiers, them standing up, just like when you see them on Independence Parade, and they were excited because this was going to make St. Kitts a better place. This man standing on the red carpet, who does he look like?
Sir Thomas Warner.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. No, it's not Sir Thomas Warner. Look again. Sir Kennedy Simmons. Thank you, Shatiana. Come and get a big snack. Sir Kennedy Simmons was at that time geared up to be our prime minister, and so he, because Mr. Bratter would have passed away. Remember, Mr. Bratter went to the conference, but he could not sign the treaty because he was not alive. So, fun fact, it was actually held in St. Kitts at government headquarters. The ceremony was to begin at 4 o'clock. But they were in another meeting at Fort Thomas Hotel, round there by OTI, and that took very long, so they started at 5 o'clock. So the military people, Destiny, who was standing up there, they had to what they call fall out, the guard of honor. The band and the army men, they get so tired waiting. Could you imagine the day from 2 o'clock? They're waiting on the street and they're coming to sign. And they said, they ain't coming again. They ain't coming again. You know, who likes to wait? Nobody likes to wait. And so they got tired and they fell out as in walk away from the lines, and they were allowed to do that because of the other meeting. Remember the whistle group that they formed? They were having a meeting. Because they didn't really, they had a little argument. You know, when you're dealing with a lot of different people, you have opinions. So they had a little argument and it took a little long. Everybody came out to see. Remember I said a crowd of people? To see this lady. She was the only lady represented. Her name was Mary Eugenia Charles, Dame Eugenia Charles. She's from Dominica. She's the first female prime minister. Who wants to be a prime minister? Females? Wonderful, wonderful. You have to work towards it. She was the first female prime minister in the Caribbean at that time, and she was also the first female lawyer. She died at the age of 86 in 2005. So St. Kitts people were excited. They said, what? We got a female prime minister? So they came down to Church Street to see who this woman was, how she looked, and they were excited to see her. Another person who they came to see was Maurice Bishop. Call his name? Maurice Bishop. He was from Aruba or Grenada parents. Now, he was important to them because just like our new Prime Minister, Dr. Drew, he was very, very young. He became the second Prime Minister of Grenada at age 35. Very young. And here what happened to him. He was executed. So they lined him up with a set of guns and they shot at him and killed him. So he was only Prime Minister for 4 years because he died when he was 39. Because there was a lot of argument and they started, you could call it a revolution. So they started to overthrow. He did not like the government at the time and they started to spy. Remember, talk about the spy? So they had a little disagreement and that was the reason. So that's the homework. Read up some more on Maurice Bishop because we have to run. Now, going forward, all of what I said, what does this treaty, what's in it for me really, you as young people? Like, what do you get from all of this? Why is this even important? Yes, Xavier? To cut costs, yes. So if you want to buy something, you and your siblings say, boy, mommy birthday coming up and we have to buy something. Should I buy it by myself? Or, boy, you ask your brother, Zion, you got $10? I have $5. We can put together and buy mommy a gift. You're cutting costs as you, Xavier, will have to buy the gift for yourself. And you have to be more expensive. So that's good. You're cutting costs. What else? What else this has to do for us? Why is this important? More job opportunities. Yes, give Malia a clap. Give them a clap because you know, Malia, you don't have to work in St. Kitts if you don't want to. You can go to Anguilla, you can go to Jamaica, you can go to Trinidad, you can go to any Caribbean island and work there. Do you have people in your class from another country? Yes. Some of them are Spanish, some of them are Guyanese, and that is because the Treaty of Bastia allowed other people to come to our country and work. We have a stronger representation. We have assistance. When we have hurricane, we can say, boy, give me, ask for help. When there is a crisis, security people come. The army men come over and they deal with it. So all of these things are good. And we have Carifesta and Carifta. How many of you are runners? Like you travel to run. When you get bigger, you can go overseas and run. And that is what OECS. It brings us together. Everybody say together? It brings us together. So, question for you. Is OECS or was the Treaty of Bastia good? Look at the icons. Or was it bad? Give you a thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up? Everybody thumbs up. Okay, everybody get a sweetie for the thumbs up. Wait! Okay, and that's my time. Thanks for listening. Everybody get a sweetie for the thumbs up. If you enjoyed the story, say yes.
Yes.
All right. So, because we asked, have a seat, I'm not finished. Have a seat, have a seat. Yes. Xavier is reminding me we have to count our candies. Okay. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Let's see who's going to win the big, big prize. You don't get any? All right. Sit down and count for me and don't tell any lies. Sit down and count your things for me. So the Treaty of Bastia was signed in 1981. Don't forget it. Right on Church Street, and we had different Caribbean islands coming together to get an agreement. Janaya, how many snacks you have? Janaya has 15. Janaya has 15. Who has less than 15? Who has more than 15? You have, wow, Xavier has 23. How much you have, Destiny? Destiny has 6. How many do you have, Angelique? 8. Angelique has 8. Malia, hello, Kyla. Kyla has 6. Okay, Kyla has 6, so she take one more to get 7. Come. Okay, it's kind of heavy. So you get 7. Angelique has 8, so you get one more to make 9. Take a big snack for 9. Destiny, take another one, you get 7. No, you wait. Destiny, how many you have? She has 6. Come and get another one. That makes 7. How many you have? You have 5. Come and take 2. To make 7. 7 is the lucky number. How many you have, Malia?
I have 26.
Malia has what? Malia has 26. Malia, you count them. Good. Take one, take anyone. Anything you want, just one. Oh, 2 for you, yes. How many you have, Zion? She have 4. Okay, take one. Take one from here. Janaya, did you take one? Yes. You take one. You have 5? Okay, take another one. Amir, how many do you have? You have 9. Wow, good job. So you get one more to make it 10. Take one more to make it 10. Take one more to make it 10. Everybody got an extra snack? Zidane, come and take a snack, please. I want everybody to be happy today. Come and take a snack, my friend who came in late. And we have a big snack for Malia. Gets the big Doritos because she has the most snacks. Give Malia a big clap. Give Malia a big clap. Everybody love Doritos. Thank you, Malia, for being so alert and attentive. Good. Did everybody get a snack? Yes. So I want to thank you very much for being so very attentive. And I'll see you next year for storytelling. Oh Lord. You relax yourself. You take one. Oops. That was long.
Yeah, it was long. A little girl done gone. Excuse me, good afternoon. Is afternoon already? Yeah. Oh, it's morning still? Yeah.
It's only 15 minutes till afternoon.
Okay, good morning.
Morning!
Okay. I would like for you guys to thank Miss Jeffers. You all had fun today?
Yeah!
Oh, you only had fun because I got a lot of trees.
No, Miss Jeffers doesn't actually.
Aw, thank you, Malia.
So now give me something what I have.
No!
Well, I ain't going to have fire then.
Okay.
So.
So we all agree to give us something.
I'm just messing with all when they want to see it. Hey. I don't want a candy, but thank you. Okay, Miss Jeffers, thank you for being here, and we hope to see you again
Next
year for sure.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
You
remember me from Bible school.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you so much.
We will have a little presentation of gifts to the children from Harper's. So you need them, right? No. Huh? You can take it off. COSCAB, TDC marking, and delightful desires and decor. Also, we would like to thank the Governor General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, for sponsoring the children, as well as Mr. Sheldon Pemberton and our very own Wadina Griffin. As well as the readers, we just had Miss Jeffers, and there was Miss Laverne Brooks, as well as Claricia Langley Stevens, Mr. Kosa Henry, Miss Maya Bailey from TDC Marketing, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, and also Miss Michelle Stokes, as we all know her as Sister Sensia. So, once again, thank you guys for making everything possible, the storytelling, and we hope to see you guys next year. Yeah. And before we leave, we have just a little presentation of gifts from Harper's and COSCAB, which is the Sani. So we are going to give 3 gifts to 3 children who came for the whole storytelling series. Okay? So first off, come Dina. First off, we have Arjanique. Come on, quick. We have Shaiwa Francis. And we have Malio. And Shatiano. Shatiano too.
So, is it 3?
4. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. You know, get the next one. Wait, shrink it to them. Okay, we're going to do it one by one. You know, Shatiana ain't in a picture thing. We're going to do it one by one.